Hi, it's Lyra. Get ready with me whilst I tell you about why I got into only honks, only bonks, developed an interest in accounting, OnlyFans. I'm going to tell you about why I started, how I felt during, do I have any regrets, and what am I going to do with the rest of my life? So let us begin the dramatic tale of what was my life before OnlyFans. And not to be too disappointing, but it wasn't that exhilarating, to be honest. I was a very normal kind of person. I don't know, I was very much in the alternative fashion scene and music. I was really enjoying that. At the time, I had just moved to London for university. I was studying art. That was pretty much my goal for London. I was just going to live here, I was going to study, I was going to see where life takes me, because I didn't have the biggest plan, to be honest. There was a lot of things I had a lot of passion for, but I wasn't exactly sure career-wise. For those of you who might be unaware, I do draw. I've drawn since I've been very, very little. I love to draw, paint, sculpt, anything in all sorts of ways. So yes, I found myself in London, and I also found myself broke because living in London is notoriously expensive. So I started job hunting. I wasn't looking for anything exactly amazing. I just wanted something that will get me money. So I started working in retail, which, you know, was as soul-sucking as it sounds, but it was okay. But yeah, at the same time, I was exploring other options. I was already kind of on social media, but just like for my own personal use. I was just on TikTok a bit with like fashion and stuff like that, but it didn't really go anywhere. It was mostly for fun. It was around the time where lots of people were starting their own kind of pages on OnlyFans, and I wasn't honestly hugely aware of it. I knew it was a thing, but I didn't know much about it at all. Like, I couldn't name any creators. And I thought, that sounds really fun, because I was very into my kinky side. I was 18 and my kinks were all over the place. And my kinks were in full bloom. I was really exploring what that was like. And the thought of exploring that further and on camera just felt very, very fun to me, as well as obviously I really like photography, a creative soul at heart, but I was aware that it would be very hard. But I figured, fuck it, worst case, this is something I already do in my free time and I find very fun. In essence, I started working in retail and OnlyFans in the same week, and I figured, okay, I'm just gonna go with what wins financially. That is going to be my driving force for financing living in London, and I was hoping and praying that it would be a content creation on OnlyFans, because I was really enjoying it. And as you would have it, OnlyFans did really, really well, surprisingly, because I had no presence before, but it just kind of all happened very quickly. And I was very happy about it, because I found it very fun, both, you know, the fashion aspect, the social aspect, but also the sexual aspect, because there was a lot of sexual freedom that came with it, and that was very, very important to me, and it still is now. That's good coffee. Anyway, and that was pretty much it. I know for a lot of people, OnlyFans and starting work like that is almost solely financially driven, which understandable, you know, you can make a lot of money with it, but for me it wasn't really about that. Of course the money helped a lot, it was motivating, but it wasn't the reason for which I started, nor was it the reason why I kept going. I genuinely just really, really liked it. Now, as to how I felt starting, I felt nervous, of course, because it is a controversial job. It still very much is. A lot of people don't approve of OnlyFans, you know, the whole, oh, I've detected, opinion rejected. Lots of people don't really side with it at all, which, you know, other people have views. Once I figured I had a decent foot into it, which was very quickly, I felt like I could then broach the topic. Thankfully, my friends were all very, very supportive. They were all very loving, very encouraging, and were very proud of me, which was so nice, because I was really worried about what that would look like. As for family, I just have my mom, pretty much. and she too was supportive, of course, like any parent. She had some like safety concerns, which, you know, very, very valid, and I reassured her in that respect, and otherwise she was very, very supportive, which was very cool. But I only told her after a few months because I was really nervous. Of course, it's my mum, it's my family. I didn't want to compromise our relationship, but I really, really don't like hiding things, especially from people closest to me, so I really couldn't keep it in very long at all. It was, in fact, only 3 months that I could keep it to myself before I was like, this is what I'm doing with my life. That's effectively how that went, which is really nice. I had a really supportive circle around it. I never really got any judgment from the people around me when I started, which was really, really good, because I was worried if I did, it would deter me from it, which would have been a real shame because I was having a really good time and I was working really hard on it. Now, throughout all this, in my first year of starting, I was, of course, still in full-time education at university. That was very demanding. So yeah, I was kind of struggling to juggle it all. As much as I was really, really enjoying my course and everything like that, it just didn't feel reasonable to keep going. I was doing an art degree, so there was nothing really stopping me from continuing doing art. Like, an art degree itself isn't very valuable, it's more about the work you produce during and the experience you get. Basically, I didn't feel like I needed it. So after my first year of university, I figured I don't want to continue on to the second year. I dropped out because I wanted to focus on work, because at that time it was going really, really well and I was so happy, and I just felt like university was hindering me from doing my very best at it. And that was kind of upsetting because I was like, I want to give this my all. I'm really passionate about it and I can't fully put my effort in. This requires like lots of concentration. Hold on. Great. What was I saying? Yes, I dropped out and I was really worried because it felt like the right decision, but it was very bittersweet because I didn't want to leave my course. I really wished that I could do both, but with time constraints and everything, I really couldn't juggle both of those things. So I had to drop one of them, and it wasn't going to be the job I was loving. Now, that did cause a little bit of a divide in family and some friends, but that's just how it's going to be. For some reason, that aspect of it was more troubling than me doing the work in the first place, and that's okay. Because at the end of the day, what matters most is that I'm having a good time, which I very much was. At that point, I was feeling a bit lost, I guess, because I now had no idea how to make friends. At university, it's very easy. You have all these people around you to talk to, whereas online, it's less easy to navigate. And yeah, that was a little bit difficult, I guess, starting out, because I had no idea how to reconnect with people or how to get to know people online, especially when a lot of the people I was talking to were far away. It felt a little bit lonely. But other than that, I was loving it. I was having a really good time. I've moved out of my first apartment, which was certainly not the best one. And it kind of made me feel a bit more introverted than I was already, and I was hugely introverted. So it kind of spiked my social anxiety a little bit because I wasn't seeing people a lot. Okay, I have to concentrate again. But it did take me a long time to feel confident in my ability to socialize with people in, you know, the content creator sphere, which is funny because everyone is so lovely. Everyone is genuinely really, really nice. Yeah, there are a lot of introverts and a lot of people all around the world. But yes, once I started OnlyFans, my life changed a lot. Alright, okay, I gotta concentrate. As for present day, like how I'm feeling now, do I have any regrets? I think I can very safely say no. If I didn't start OnlyFans, my life would have been very, very different and probably well less fun. The things I've gotten to experience through doing this is incredible, and I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do so either way. And I am so immensely grateful for everything that has happened because, to be honest, it's pretty crazy because I'm very, very happy. But yeah, as far as regrets go, none. And now, like, lots of creators get asked, like, oh, so how long are you gonna keep this up? And my honest answer is as long as I am enjoying it, or as long as it lasts. because that's the bit I can't control, because some things do die out, like Vine, I guess. Of course, I don't know, I have other plans in life in addition to, but I don't think I have any plans to stop this. Okay, let us begin with the hair. I think in terms of the future and what I want to do, I think getting back into art and reconnecting with it would be very cool, because that was a really, and still is, a really important part of my life, and I don't think it's ever something I'll want out of my life, but I have definitely been sleeping on it for a while. I was actually planning on becoming a tattoo artist. It's a lot of work, and I have yet to put together a portfolio that isn't a bunch of weird abstract paintings, because that's currently all I have. I need like an actual tattoo artist portfolio, because being a tattoo artist is such an incredible job. I have loved all of my tattoo artists. I think they're so lovely, and I think they have such a cool life. I really admire them. Anyway, I'm rambling. I am very much yapping. As some of you might know, I am vegan, so the idea of opening up like a, I don't know, like a sanctuary is a very cool prospect. I really love that. I think if I was to ever to do that, I would never leave that plot of land. That would just be my forever safe haven, and I'm very content with that idea. I think, of course, fashion is really fun. Yeah, I don't know, I have lots of ideas for the type of things I might enjoy, the type of things I might like to do, and that is all in my like crystal ball, so to speak. Just spent like 10 minutes doing my hair just to make it look pretty much the same, but ever so slightly better. Oh man, that's a great sound. Nothing beats the sound of ceramic plates scraping at your hair. Do you guys think I'm gonna get some like horrible illness from the amount of hairspray I must inhale just on a daily basis? Because I think I'm gonna find out in my old ages that my lungs are like a smoker's equivalent, but with just hairspray glue. Completely worth it though, because look how cute my hair looks. Anyway, I have gone on long enough. I think I've covered pretty much all there is to cover, but yeah, that is a summary of why I started OnlyFans and why I'm not gonna stop. But yeah, that's all from me. Let me know what you think, and if you have any questions, I am more than happy to answer them. But yeah, that's all from me. I'll see you guys. Bye bye.